Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's Friday's Proverbs with Paul in the afternoon. Raining, I'm afraid. The sun never quite made it today, but hey, it's not so bad. It's still a bit warmer. Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 24. Do not make friends with a person given to anger, or go with a hot-tempered person. The idea of going with is being with. And when you're with someone, when you're being with someone, it's very easy for you to become part of what they are. And that applies for the good as well as for the bad. And in this case, for the bad, because a hot-tempered person, a hot-headed person, someone who is given to outbursts of anger. When we get angry, we lose a kind of control. Our ability to be in control diminishes, and therefore we are likely to do something reckless, either through the declaration of words, things said, or because we have acted an aggression, and therefore our anger has drawn us into violence. And that's often how domestic violence takes place in people's homes. People can't exercise self-control, and they give themselves an invitation to be angry. And they justify their anger because they see the inappropriateness of what stirred them to anger as the right to be angry. But those who are composed, those who are at peace with themselves, they don't go on that journey, they don't jump on that train, because they know ultimately anger does not accomplish the very best solutions for life. In fact, what it does do is it escalates. And Solomon sees that people who are angry, we should avoid. We shouldn't hang around them. And quite simply because we are likely to be tarred with the same brush. You know, someone standing before a judge in a court of law, the barrister often will say, he got into the wrong crowd. And the reality of getting into the wrong crowd is that he chose to get into the wrong crowd, meaning that he allowed himself to be persuaded by the inappropriateness of the wrong crowd. And rather than saying, that person is like this, I'm not getting involved, he says, I'm going to allow myself to get involved and therefore be tarred with the same brush. So the responsibility is upon us not choosing to get involved with the wrong stuff and the wrong people. And that's true not just in a physiological form in terms of people and relationships, but that's true for all of our enemies, the enemies of our mind and the enemies of our emotions. We don't have to hang around them. We don't have to get involved with them. We can actually say to them, I'm not playing. I'm not interested. I don't want nothing to do with you. Fear, anger, hatred, lust, manipulation, cruelty, wickedness. I'm not interested. Clear off. You don't belong to me. That's not who I am. It might have been who I was, but it's not who I am. Brothers and sisters, God in Jesus has given us the authority to say no to getting involved with things that are not going to be helpful to us in our lives. I encourage you, learn to say no to them. Thank you for joining me. Be blessed. Have a great day, great weekend. Enjoy what sunshine we have, and I'll see you on Monday.